There's a question almost every person has whispered to themselves, sometimes in the dark, sometimes in a storm of thoughts. Who am I? And why should I even live? It's not just a thought, it's a cry for meaning, a search for something deeper than success, survival, or routine. And today, we're going to dive into the heart of that question, because finding your answer might just save your life. Let's start with this. You are not your name. You're not your job, your GPA, your body, or your reputation. Those are just labels, masks we're given. But peel those off. And what's left? That's the part most people never explore. And when we don't know who we really are, we start feeling lost, like we're drifting in someone else's story. Psychologist Erik Erikson said that we all go through a war inside, between identity and confusion. That war often starts in our teenage years, but for many, it never ends. We try to fit into molds, meet expectations, impress the crowd, and each time we do, we step further away from who we really are, until one day we look in the mirror and don't recognize who's staring back. Knowing yourself isn't just some spiritual luxury, it's survival. Because when you don't know who you are, it's easy to believe you're worthless, easy to feel like there's no reason to keep going. But here's a truth many don't tell you. You're not broken. You're just buried. Beneath expectations, under pain, behind fear, your real self is still there, waiting. Holocaust survivor. Viktor Frankl once said, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose." He watched people survive the worst human suffering imaginable, not because they were strong, but because they had something to live for. A child, a dream, a reason. Meaning is not found. It's created. And when you create it, even your pain starts to make sense. Think about it. When you strip away all your roles, no titles, no social media bios, no pressure to perform, just you. Who is that person? Maybe you've forgotten, but forgetting isn't the same as losing. The real you isn't gone. They're just quiet. And maybe now is the time to start listening. Let's tackle it head on. Why should you live? Because your story is not done. Because your presence touches lives in ways you don't even notice. Because someone out there needs what only you can offer. Not when you're perfect. Not when you're rich. Right now. As you are. And because life isn't just about being happy. It's about being real. And growing through what you've survived. If you've ever felt like giving up, know this. You're not alone. And you're not weak. Pain doesn't make you broken. It makes you human. But healing begins with being heard. And sometimes being heard starts with you listening to yourself. Your purpose doesn't have to be massive. It could be loving someone well, writing a page, showing up. Purpose isn't what makes life easy. It's what makes life meaningful. And when you find even a tiny spark of it, you begin to walk again, even after the fall. So who are you? You are a story still being written. You are someone worth knowing and worth becoming. And why should you live? Because the world is better with you in it. Because your pain has value. Because your life is still unfolding. And maybe the next chapter is the one where it all makes sense.